The S&P 500, let's go through it together. About 8 minutes into the session, the S&P is at 45.50. So we need to talk to you about the road to nowhere. What do you see? Basically no upside, Katerina, on stocks, at the index level at least, going through next year.
Well, Jonathan, thank you for having me on the show. We're going nowhere, but we're getting there fast. And when you look at the S&P 500 for the duration of this year, it's been driven by 7 big names. And it's important to be said that it was a well-deserved, drive that these 7 magnificent stocks performed well because of their competitive positioning and the price and, the positive earnings revisions, which we have not seen, in other sectors. But we cannot forget that actually 7 out of 11 sectors were down for the year, which is extremely challenging for investors because it is shaking their core belief in diversification, in dividend investing, in things that generally work. But what we tell investors is that, of course, the market leadership is cyclical, and that the names that performed this year might not be the names that will perform well next year. And we've seen earnings revisions all across the board, which means that even though we might see a lot of volatility, might take some time, but we should see some earnings recovery at some point next year. And we're actually positive for 2024. We just think that it's going to be a reasonable amount of growth, nothing too exciting, and all of that, considering that the data is going to support some type of rate cuts by the Fed.